All right, y'all. We back. We back. Hello, 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 y'all. If y'all caught the first live, that was Fifi doing her rant about Houston's her experience there. So make sure you check out the other live. But we were experiencing some connection issues. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but we're back again. The show must go on. So we're going to continue on with the show and talk about our other topics. But if you haven't checked out the first part of tonight's show, please go back and catch it. Fifi telling her story time about Houston's and that whole drama and her almost getting banned from Houston's. Y'all know she was just banned from the Louis Vuitton store years ago. Check out that story time too. Yes, y'all, we're back. Back. All right, back and better. All right, so we're gonna continue on with tonight's show. Just the disclaimers. Everything we're gonna be saying tonight is allegedly. Even our names are allegedly. Let's see. Secondly, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Again, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, as you're coming onto this into the stream, into the live, please double tap the screen to like, or in the upper right hand corner, hit the like button. All right, and we're back. We're back. Yes, y'all. Thank you for coming back to join us. We had some issues, but it is what it is. It is like Cass said, it is Friday the 13th. Ha ha ha. Ooh. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about our next topic. Let's talk about Manny Fresh and Sonya going on Young Thug's daddy, Big Jeff, aka Big Jeff, podcast to bring attention to Nesto's case. What now? Shout out to Miss Red, because she let us know, what was it, last Saturday, that Sonya and Manny Fresh were on Big Jeff's podcast talking about Ernesto and his case and his connection to his ex-wife Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey. So let's go ahead and get into that. What did you think about that? And thank you, Miss Red, for tipping us off. Hey, Miss Red, we appreciate you. We saw that interview. I'm going to let you share your opinions first, and then or you want me to go?
First of all, Sonya,
hit the like button too, y'all. And if you're watching the replay, please hit the like button down below. Thank you.
I think Manny Fresh was behind that. I think Manny Fresh pushed Sonya into that, because Sonya was sitting over in the corner like she was scared to talk. What was she scared of? Why would she get around people she's scared to talk?
Baby, she big mama on that phone, though. When she get on that phone with Nesto, she big mama. Cussing us out, calling us b-hoes, everything but a child of God. But when you see her in person, she be as quiet as a church mouse, baby. She big mama on that phone, though. I don't understand. I
don't understand either.
I don't.
She was sitting back in the corner, and it was like Manny trying to, push her to say something and give her 2 cents on it. But what got me is when Big Jeff said, "What, Steve Harvey ain't saying nothing? He ain't saying nothing. Them here folk, he ain't saying nothing." Hell no, Steve Harvey ain't saying nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing, Big Jeff.
Baby, Steve Harvey and Marjorie are in Abu Dhabi right now, baby. Abu Dhabi, baby. Ooh. In Dubai, living their best life. They don't have time for this. Why would Steve Harvey come to your aid? He's in Abu Dhabi right now, partying with Taraji P. Henson and Mary J. Blige.
Big Jeff said them his fault.
No, they not.
Them his fault. He
no,
need to
they're
see
not.
About his fault. Well, his wife works for Steve Harvey, don't he?
You said it.
His wife works for Steve Harvey. Shirley Strawberry, his wife works for Steve Harvey, don't he? He needs to see about his fault. Them his fault. Big Jeff said them his fault. He needs to see about his fault. He need to be talking about that on his show.
No. That's exactly how he sounds.
Big Jeff meant that. Big Jeff say Steve need to be seen.
Back live.
Big Jeff says Steve need to be seen. about his people locked up. Why is he still in there? Big Jeff can't understand why Nesto's still locked up and he knows Steve Harvey. That's what he was saying. Why the hell he in there and he knows Steve Harvey? Because he don't know Steve Harvey like that, Big Jeff. Not for real, for real. Okay? Not for real, for real. Them folks in the comments got Big Jeff together. I know they did. Because I was getting them together watching it. Big Jeff, shut the hell up. What you talking about? Steve ain't fooling. Shirley ain't fooling with Nesto ass. Shirley ain't fooling with him because Steve told Shirley not to fool with him. Ain't nobody on that side of the track fooling with Ernesto. Sonya and Manny Fresh know that. And they sit up there and let Big Jeff go on that rant while Steve not happy Nesto. Because they don't fuck with him. Because Shirley don't fuck with him. Jeff could not get that through his little pea brain. He couldn't believe the man was still in there and he knows Steve Harvey. Yeah, Sonya sitting up there looking like a little skeleton, little bitty self. Like she's scared. Like at any minute she gonna break. What you think?
Okay, the first thing I thought was, what in the Great Value podcast is going on here? What in the Family Dollar, Dollar General podcast setup is going on? Now, shout out to Family Dollar and Dollar Tree because I do like to get some of my cleaning supplies there. Shout out to them. If you got the app, you can download the app and get the coupons off the app for Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. So shout out to them. But it just gave low budget, ghetto, thrown together. It just, and then he got
in
that
front of a mic.
And then he got that cheap ass little banner on plastered up on their wall. He couldn't even at least get no painting to put on the wall. Or, you know, he got that cheap ass little banner, little plastic banner hanging up on the wall. It's not even smoothed out right. You know, it's just a mess. And I just feel like I'm going in on him, y'all, because his son is a multimillionaire. And the way he was talking out his mouth, I just would have thought that it would have been of a better quality. Thug, you need to get your daddy some signs for his podcast, okay? Take it up. You know, Big Jeff, take it out of your allowance and invest in that. Okay, get your setup right. If you got a podcast, I mean, you got the money. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. You got the money. What do you have behind him? That little cheap ass, little plastic banner hanging up.
Hey, y'all,
all wrinkled and crinkled up. You got too much access to the money. Shout out to Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine to have your shit set up like that. Excuse my language. But I was just like, how can I take you seriously, Big Jeff? You got a major platform. You have the ears and eyes of millions based off of your son.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then as soon as I seen that setup, I knew it was going to be some bullshit. I knew it was going to be some ghetto, hood, booger, hotep rhetoric. And sure enough, it was. It was everything that I thought it was going to be.
That's on the podcast with him. Who is that? Where the hell he get her from?
She looked like she could be doing better. I don't know what type of relationship they got going on, but she looked like she could be in a better situation than that. I feel like she has the potential to being in a different setting if she would just get her mind right. Because I don't know. Anybody can have a platform, y'all. Like we have a platform. So, you know, kudos to him for getting a platform and, you know, monetizing off of this YSL trial. I perused his channel and it looked like that interview with Sonya and Manny Fresh was one of the most most viewed videos that he has.
Yeah.
Episodes. So it did what it needed to do as far as bringing views to his channel. So, you know, shout outs to him for that. But,
trolls, hit the like button.
yes, hit the like button, trolls. But that was the
first. Take you out.
Yes, and glorious love. Shout out to our mom. But that's just the first thing I thought. For him to have to be a part of such a major brand and have such a big platform, I just would have thought that the setup would have been put together more. You know, I don't know whose studio or who radio station room they letting them rent out. I don't know. And yes, Natasha, you could barely hear Sonya because she was like so far back and kind of like reclusive. And that's why I'm like, why you big mama when you on the phone with Nesto talking that cash-ish, but when you get in person or you out in public with people, you kind of recoil and go back into your shell. What's up with that? If you big mama on the phone, be big mama off the phone. You know? So, yes, call me, darling. The numbers came from us and the bloggers. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so that really helped.
We helped Big Jeff out. We went over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went over there.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously, Sonya didn't tell him the full scope of everything.
Yes.
You want to talk more about that?
She didn't tell Big Jeff that Shirley and Nesto wasn't together no more. He was thinking they was together and everything was copacetic. Okay? That's why Big Jeff was going so hard. Why in the hell he's still in there and he knows Steve Harvey. They didn't tell the whole story. And did y'all hear her when they asked Lil Mama who she was to Nesto? She say, I'm just a friend. I'm just a friend. Now she just a friend. When she get out, that was her opportunity to cuss all of us out.
And check us.
That was an opportunity for her to handle her business.
Why do you think she left out the fact that he is no longer married to Shirley Strawberry and that they are in a relationship?
Because they still trying to come up off that. Nesto is still trying to come up off that. Yeah. Nope. Yeah.
And that's another good point too, Cass. Big Jeff is obviously not familiar with this story. So he basically opted to share his platform with someone who he knew nothing about. He obviously didn't do his due diligence, which furthermore supports how I feel about his Ghetto Tacky podcast is, they don't do their due diligence and do their research before they bring people onto their platform, and that's dangerous because Nesto is tied to SA charges, CP charges. It's a completely different ball game when it comes to the charges that Nesto is facing versus what Young Thug and YSL were facing. And yes, call me darling, Jeff did do it off the strength of the Bible lady, but the Bible lady cannot be trusted either, right? And she does things with her own, with a hidden motive, a hidden agenda. She's not sincere. And so still the responsibility kind of falls on Jeff, and I know he did it off of the strength of the Bible lady, but because of the nature of how serious Nesto charges are, not to say that YSL and Thug charges weren't serious either, he should have did his due diligence because you're dealing with SA and CP, and he really should have did his digging first. He should have said, you know what, Manny Fresh, let me look into it. Let me have my people, my team, because if you got a podcast and a platform like that, I would assume that he has people working with him besides the young lady that's co-hosting with him. I would assume so. You know, whatever, however ghetto fabulous hood stuff, they hood podcasters, so you just never know. They hood, they real Atlanta hood. They really are. Like, they are authentic hood Atlanta. Yes. But if they had somebody on their team, and if they don't, and they come across this live, please make sure you get somebody because of the severity of his charges. Again, I'm not saying that what Thug and the rest of YSL wasn't facing was very serious charges, but his is a completely different ballpark, and that's a very sensitive subject.
Miss
And
MJ.
you have to be careful about attaching your platform to something like that. And I just don't think it's a good look. And it also hurts the credibility and the validity of Big Jeff's podcast, because it shows that he brings on guests who he fails to do his research on. He's not well informed about who he's engaging in dialogue with. And that can be very dangerous. So to me, his podcast lacks credibility. And then also he said something about Madam DA's Fonnie Willis, her dad, writing a book about RICO charges. But then I was looking it up, and it was actually another person who wrote a book on RICO charges, but the initials were different. So I think he was saying it was her dad that wrote it, but it was actually somebody else that wrote the book on RICO charges, another attorney, but the letters were just different. So that was another thing that he was putting out there too. And I don't know if he like knows the history or knows anything about Madam DA's Fonnie Willis' father, but he's actually like a civil rights legend, low key. Like he played a big part of the civil rights movement. If you listen to her like talk about her dad, if you listen to interviews, I mean, he talked about it a little bit when Fonnie was on trial with that whole Trump situation. But that's just another point to Big Jeff just being loud, wrong, and ignorant, and not really knowing what he's talking about. So he was saying it was her dad that wrote the book, but come to find out it was another man who wrote the book about RICO. So, you know, he basically just talking out the side of his neck, just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, not really like doing his due diligence, you know. And it showed when he brought on Sonya. He really didn't they really didn't ask her the right questions personally. I think that going back to the point, yes, he invited her on off the strength of Sylvia, but I also think he invited them on too because it was one more person to join the We Hate Madam DA Fonnie Willis bandwagon. Ooh, and so that's another reason why I think he was so open to inviting them onto the platform as well. And I feel like, you know, obviously it's personal, it's emotional, the feelings that he feels toward, you know, Madam DA Fonnie Willis. And I understand it's his child that she was going after, his children, his family members, because his son is still fighting too, you know, and it's their brand, their business that was put on trial, YSL. So I understand why he has the animosity that he feels toward Madam DA Fonnie Willis. But your son shouldn't have been doing that ish, allegedly. But anyway, you know, I just feel like he's so blinded by his disdain and his hatred that he has for Madam DA Fonnie Willis that you could really say anything to Big Jeff. As long as it's against Fonnie Willis, I think he would rock with you. I just feel like he's so blinded by his hate for Fonnie Willis. He really ain't gonna press nobody too much. As long as you come to him and you say, you know what, man, Fonnie, Fulton County DA office, they did this to me, they did that to me. You know, he'll be like, okay, come on, I'm rocking with you. Man, they did that to you too. Let me give you a platform. Let's talk about this. Let's expose them. Let's bring light to this. Instead of really like doing his due diligence. And I just feel like, you know, that was a mishap on his part, because when you have a platform like that, you know, you do have a certain level of responsibility. You do. You know, and with this trial, you know, he's garnered more eyes, more of a following, you know. So I just hope that's somebody puts a bug in his ear and tell him about that. He a true ignorant hoodnik, so he probably not gonna care. But, you know, if anybody can reason with him that know him, that would be something important to tell him. Because he he went into that interview blind. And they intentionally wanted him to be blind because they thought that they could get something out of it, which is just another example of how slick and trifling and shysty they are, and how untrustworthy they are.
Now, Cass, he said he been in Young Thug's life ever since he was a pup.
Yeah, he said ever since he was a pup, he been in his son's life. He been present. That's Lil Jeff. He Big Jeff.
You what? Do it again.
That's Lil Jeff. He Big Jeff. Big Jeff. He been in his life since he was a pup.
So who idea was it? I want to know who idea it was for them to go on the podcast.
Manny Fresh.
Cause allegedly
she's friends with Thug's mom, and she's friends with Big Jeff. Her and Thug's mom text back and forth. They're on a first name basis. Thug mama said she like part of the family. And so Manny Fresh set that up for Sonya.
Wow. But Lil Rico, Big Rico.
Miss MJ. Lil Rico, Big Rico. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Don't start, y'all. Don't start, y'all. We're trying to get through some stuff. Don't start, y'all.
But yes, it was Manny Fresh that made the connection. And I guess she feels like, with all of the defendants, with a lot, not all of them, but with a lot of the YSL defendants getting off or getting probation, she's thinking, okay, well, maybe we could potentially ride off this coattail. Maybe we can link up with YSL, and see if they can help us. But here's the issue, Manny Fresh. They're millionaires. Nesto is not.
Yeah.
Okay. Young Thug attorney Brian, he was just seen out recently rocking Young Thug's apparel. He was walking around in a hoodie with the matching joggers.
Oh.
Young Thug's attorney, he was wearing Young Thug's brand. So he's he's low-key an honorary member of YSL, allegedly. He down with the gang, allegedly. Okay? He done made so much money off of Thug. They like this. I'm like, why is your attorney? I've never seen an attorney wear their client's apparel like they in the gang. Why are you rocking a hoodie and a sweatsuit with a flip phone? Like you trying to hide from the feds, so the feds ain't listening. What type of hood stuff is this? It's like the attorney Brian feel like he family. He a part of the YSL family, and he probably is. I'm like, why is this old white man walking around in a hoodie with the graffiti logo on it? And the flip phone, he coming out the car like, yeah, brother, like he handling business. I'm like, he really do think he a part of the game. Who gets this? I mean, I understand having a rapport with your client, but who gets that close with their client like that? And why? Why are you trying to adapt that culture when that's not your life? Why are you trying to adopt that culture? But like you said, he's made a lot of money off of Thug, so they in there like swimwear. They close. I just thought that was odd. Like you acting like you a part of YSL or something. That's the attire. And if I could find the picture, y'all, I'm gonna post it on our community tab. But I was just like, is that Thug's attorney? Like he down with the gang or something. I'm like, what is going on? This is ghetto fabulous, baby, at its finest. But anyway. Back to Manny Fresh and Sonya. I really do think that, let me see. I'm here for the show said YSL is his retirement plan provider. Literally. Yes, I'm here for the show. But I really think that Manny Fresh and Sonya is thinking that, potentially YSL can help them with Nesto. But like I said, it all boils down to the money. He has no money. And those attorneys weren't working for free. They weren't working for pro bono. Them boys put up them bricks. Them boys put up them monions, them stacks for those attorneys. Okay, they were fighting their cases for years. Okay, Nesto don't have that kind of money. So there's nothing to incentivize that level of legal counsel to fight for you on your behalf. And so I think that Manny Fresh and Sonya, they're trying to find a workaround to get support for Nesto. But it doesn't matter if they go on Tasha K. It don't matter if they go on Big Jeff Ghetto Ass podcast. If you don't have the money, you're not gonna be able to get the proper legal counsel that you need. Oh, Miss Red said, I seen that picture of the lawyer in the YSL sweatsuit. Yes, Miss Red. You saw it too. I was like, what is going on? What when did he get down with the gang? I ain't never seen no attorney move like that. No old white attorney. But yes, Miss Red, that was hilarious. But I just think, I don't think that interview did what they were hoping it to do. And I also think too, if you gonna go on a platform like that and you want somebody to help you and you want to kind of jump on somebody else's clout or ride their coattail, you probably need to be honest with them. Mm-hmm. You probably need to give them all the facts. Mm-hmm. And I just think that they needed to play it more strategically, mm-hmm. instead of going on that podcast and still lying. Mm-hmm. If you want them to help you, you need to probably tell them the truth.
Yeah. And that's probably why Sonya wasn't saying a lot, because they ain't told Sonya to shut her damn mouth. But she keep letting Manny pump her up to say stuff. Sonya wasn't even supposed to be on there talking about none of that. Nothing. Nesto might not even know they went on there until afterwards. Because I'm sure they told Nesto to shut up at this point.
Yeah, Natasha said he burned his chance with Tasha K.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rap with Keisha K. He messed it up with Keisha K. But I had a little tinkling feeling that they was going to try to link up with YSL.
We talked about it. Yeah.
How they were going to try to link up with YSL to see if they could help save Nesto.
Yep. Nesto was thinking, well, all of them got out. They got plea deals. They got out. Shoot, I ain't killed nobody. Unlie nobody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all got out. And I can get out too. I told you. And that was the start of trying to get out. Linking up with Big Jeff. But you ain't got the money.
You don't have the monions. You don't have the money. Them boys was hood rich, multimillionaires.
They paid for them attorneys. They had the best attorneys.
They paid for their freedom.
The best that Atlanta got. That was the dream team. That was Atlanta dream team attorneys. The ones that had the paid ones. Okay? So Nesto, try something else. Cause that ain't working.
Yeah. And to think that another thing is too, Miss MJ says Miss MJ said Sonya looked like she was rode hard and wet had and sleeping days. SC Diva 803 said Nesto's problem is his team doesn't listen. Yeah, that too. So Nesto, anybody that rock with Nesto, he needs to get the money up. Okay?
The money gone, baby.
He goes back to court first of the year.
That money gone.
He needs to get his money back up.
The money gone. Shirley gone, the money gone.
Because YSL, Manny Fresh and Sonya, YSL is not finna give y'all no money to help Nesto. They not finna put no money up like that. And even if they were to do that, them folk would do their due diligence first. Mm-hmm. And what do you think they're gonna say after they do? Because they're the type of people, if they getting them white attorneys involved, they're gonna do their due diligence. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do you think their response is going to be after they do their research? Okay.
Do they honestly think Big Jeff gonna help them? Big Jeff all for himself. He ain't even really for Young Thug.
Quiet as it's kept, yeah.
Big Jeff for himself.
Yeah. And there's no way they will put money up.
I don't know why
for attorneys without those attorneys doing their due diligence first to really do a deep dive into his trial, into his case, to see before they would decide to take it on.
I don't even know why Manny Fresh over there selling them pipe dreams, hyping them up. She hyping Sonya up, and then Sonya going back hyping Nesto up when she see her little narrow tail down in them little nasty chairs down there at the jailhouse. He ain't got no money. Ain't nobody finna come, Nesto. Ain't nobody finna come rescue you from this.
And then another thing y'all got.
Your savior is gone, and that was Shirley.
Yes, and another thing y'all got to think about is YSL and Thug and them. They got to make that money back up. They have spent millions and millions of dollars to fight this case, so they're focusing on building their empire back up again. A lot of money has gone out for these attorney fees, okay? Mm-hmm. So another point, to be realistic, the last thing they would want to do is take on another fight, especially for somebody that they don't even really know like that. Mm-hmm. So I understand them wanting to go on a podcast to be heard, but I don't think it really did anything to help their case. I mean, if anything, that might piss off the DA's office even more, because they're trying to attach themselves to YSL. Mm-hmm. But Nesto has a long, extensive history of crime. Mm-hmm. 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 And he has those phone calls. Mm-hmm. So
it's over. That was a waste of time. And Sonya kind of knew. That's why she was sitting in the back. That's why she was sitting in the back and letting Manny do all the talking. She knew. They know it's a done deal for Nesto. It's over.
And I just think that's slick and annoying. Like y'all know how when you like come into contact with people and you can just tell they want to be around you because they want something from you, whether it's your access or resources or the connections that you have. You know, they smiling and grinning in your face because they want something from you, or they want to be in close proximity to you. And that's how Manny Fresh is. You know, she just doesn't seem like a sincere person. Like she's the type of person that just wants to be around you because she genuinely feels a connection to you. She comes off as the type of person that's only around when she feels like she can get something from you, when she can gain something from you. And I can't stand people like that. Mm-hmm. And she thinks she can be slick. Girl, you better leave them YSL Real Atlanta alone, trying to be slick and trying to get over on them and not tell them the full story of what's going on with Nesto case. Lead them some real Atlanta. You was in trial every day and heard about what they was talking about. Lead them street people alone. And they may not be articulate, but that don't mean they stupid at all.
Especially
don't try them
with Nesto messing with allegedly young. Allegedly.
CP, yeah.
CP, them wise boys, they ain't going for nothing like that. Nothing. So
leave them folk alone.
Yeah,
especially if you're not gonna tell them the full story. Just leave them people alone. If you're not going to tell them the full story, it's like you cherry picking what you want to tell them so you can try to extract as much help and resources out of them.
They could put Nesto at risk trying to get help from them people, and they start digging into what he allegedly is in there for, which is the CP charges. Now, they can get that man messed up in there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, once them YSL boys, because then they'll take each other out, but they ain't down with that CP stuff. Now they'll take each other out. They'll unalive each other, but when it comes to that CP stuff, So they might want to stop talking about it. So before they start digging into what he allegedly is in there for. And they had that man in a situation down there in Cobb County.
Yeah, or they thinking that he's gang affiliated because he's connected to YSL. And that caused problems for him.
That too.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. That too. They gonna get him in a situation out here chasing for significance, because we know that's all Manny is doing. It's all about her. She don't give a crap about Nesto. It's about her getting clout and significance and trying to get her money up on that channel so she can keep her internet on. She said she got to pay her internet bill. And her light bill is due. She got 2 utilities due.
Did y'all give her bill money? She was on live saying that y'all was short with her bill money. Did y'all give her
$15?
She was $15 short. So next month, y'all don't be short on her bill money, because she called y'all out about being short $15. Her bill payers.
Her bill payers. She have people over there that pay her bills. So she ain't giving a crap about Nesto. They're going to get Nesto in a situation down there in Cobb County trying to attach him to them YSL boys. Them real gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing with them boys.
Yeah. Because that whole YSL versus YFN Lucci gang, that's not over, allegedly.
Yeah.
They still gonna be going at it in jail, in prison, and outside in the free world.
Yes.
So I don't think they took that into consideration when they went to Big Jeff podcast.
I don't think they thought it out.
I don't think they thought it out.
Because they so blinded by their own agenda. Manny got an agenda. Sonya got an agenda. Ain't nobody really thinking this stuff out, how it could really affect Nesto. Mm-hmm. Nesto in there every day with them people. They taking each other out down there in Fulton County, allegedly. Mm-hmm. Now let them find out that he on, they watching the boys watch out for him.
They're gonna be like, who is this? Oh, is he part of YSL? If so, let's get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because quiet as it's kept, y'all, not everybody is happy that them boys went home. It's still a lot of people who feel a lot of angst. So.
No, as far as I know, he had Cobb, but it ain't hard to get nobody from one place to the other.
No,
okay?
They in Fulton and Cobb. They all over the metro Atlanta area. Mm-hmm. Cobb is literally just the next county over from Fulton, so they all over.
Well, y'all didn't hear the hearings. Y'all hear them boys? They on the phone. They on the jail phone calls talking about how they gonna move. How they gonna move on one another, locked up. So it ain't nothing but a phone call. It ain't nothing but a phone call to make things shake.
Mm-mm. So that's something to think about. I really think they should probably maybe back off this YSL thing, because.
And don't attach that old man. Nesto talking about he
leave
an OG. Them real G's.
This ain't 1984, boo. This ain't 1984.
Look.
Nesto said it even himself. These young is different.
Like,
he said it to Sonya himself.
Them young boys got them switches. I was on TikTok, and it was a guy at the barbershop on Wesley Chapel. He said, man, them youngins ain't got me, man. He said, man, I was in the barber shop. I was getting my hair cut. Old boy said, is that your black Hellcat out there? I said, yeah, what's up? He told me, man, them youngins ain't got you. He said, man, they ain't got me in broad daylight. He said, bro told him, man, don't fool with them youngins. They got them switches.
Y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button.
Y'all, these young folk out here different.
It's different.
And they out here trying to get Nesto in the mix. Think that's going to help him get out.
And he know he can't defend himself.
They say them boys out there west of the chopper got them switches. They out there busting windows out the car in broad daylight.
He ain't ready for it. His folk don't love him like that. Yes, this is not 84, baby.
No.
It's a little different. They moving a little, ain't no honor amongst thieves.
No.
It ain't no G code. Gangsters used to move by a certain code back then. Now it's a free for all. They just wild.
Sean ex-girlfriend say it's so bad for her. She have to change the wrap on her car. Because it was some people after her. She said every 3 months she changed the color of her Hellcat.
Shannon.
Her Charger. Yes. Mm-hmm. Shannon ex-girlfriend. She said every 3 months. Because some folk were after her and she don't know who the folk was with, if they wanted him. So these youngins, see, Nesto ain't ready for all that.
Yeah, and I think that Sonya and Sylvia, they just doing too much. They doing too much. You know how people, they want to fix things, but they just overstep and they not thinking methodically and strategically and what type of ramifications and consequences may come with it. Mm-hmm. And I think they just grasping for straws. Mm-hmm. They desperate. And they just grasping for straws and thinking, oh, maybe this will help. We link up with YSL and maybe it'll bring light to Nesto case. And maybe people will look into it and say, hey, because Sonya was saying that the state was lying on Nesto. They lied, like they lied allegedly in the YSL trial, during the YSL trial. So she's trying to, draw parallels between the two cases and say, I think the same thing that was done to those YSL boys allegedly has been done to Nesto. So let's bring some attention to his case.
Yes.
And try to help him and see if we can get him off.
Yes, y'all. That's exactly what
But his situation is completely and totally different.
And then Big Jeff throwing it back. He bouncing it back. Well, why the hell Steve Harvey ain't helping y'all? Why the hell y'all come to me? What y'all want me to do?
Because he sees something ain't right. The wheels is starting to churn a little bit.
He's like, why in the hell Steve ain't stopped?
Baby, Steve is in Abu Dhabi, baby, in Dubai. He don't have time for this.
Big Jeff, so you mean to tell me he's still locked up and he knows Steve Harvey?
And gonna continue to be locked up. Hell, Shirley don't even get invited to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So what make you think they finna go help Ernesto? Shirley can barely come to the house. What she say? Marjorie looks at us at like the help. She barely can get into the party. So what make you think they finna do something off the strength of Ernesto? And they should have told him that. And then another reason why they should have told the truth is everything is out here on YouTube. I mean, all Big Jeff had to do is get one of his little nieces or nephews, little play nieces or nephews or children to Google Sonya, to Google Nesto case, and everything would have popped up. And they could have been brought up to speed about what was going on with his case. Mm-hmm. So that's another reason why they should have just went into the situation being honest. But as we know, they lack integrity. They don't tell the truth. So that would be just too much like right. Too much like right. And she did look tired during that interview.
She looked like she don't feel good.
Yeah, she probably, you know what, y'all? She probably didn't feel good that day.
Hey, Jay Blake. You made it over here.
She probably didn't feel good. And of course, they gossiped about Steve and Marjorie. But Steve and Marjorie, they free.
There it is.
They free.
There it is.
And they got the money to fight legally should they need to or have to.
Exactly. The way they talked about Marjorie and Steve marriage, and Sonya was still talking. Well, you know, Marjorie would have never got with Steve because he tried to get with her the first time and he didn't have enough money and she turned him down. She only with him because of her money. She don't like Steve. That's what Sonya said.
And Nesto didn't really like Shirley like that. So what's your point? Nesto wouldn't have got with Shirley if she wasn't who she was. And Dre even said that before he retracted his statement. He said you never really loved her anyway. There was somebody else that you wanted to go after. Allegedly, our word on the street was it was Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta that he wanted to pursue.
That's who he really wanted.
That's who he really wanted, Cynthia Bailey. Because that was around the time she was kind of on the tail end, I think, with being done with Peter Thomas, allegedly. So it's like, you are no better than Marjorie. She just hit a bigger lick. You wasn't marrying for love either. So, I mean, who are you to sit on a high horse and judge somebody?
Right. He don't like Sonya.
Yeah, and the only reason Sonya is sticking around with Nesto is for clout. And being attached to Steve Harvey via Ernesto by way of Shirley. So, I mean, you are no better.
But Shirley ain't fooling with none of them. Shirley ain't fooling with none of them and praying that she don't have to come to court.
Shirley just trying to get her life back in order and rectify her relationship and strengthen her relationship with her daughter and her grandbabies and put this Nesto stuff behind her.
As she should.
As she should. And go out to eat down at Nordstrom's and go shopping with Debbie. And take care of Debbie. Okay.
So she gonna take care of
She need to put Debbie on the payroll. Side note, Debbie need to be on the payroll so she can write that off. Debbie, I don't know if Debbie is the official assistant or not, but she needs to be. I think we might have blocked Debbie earlier in the year. But if you watch it from another page, hey Debbie.
That was definitely Debbie. Because she know everything about Shirley.
I think that was the actual Debbie that we blocked.
Yeah. Because she was letting us have it. Shirley would never do that. Shirley doesn't know that. Shirley doesn't go there.
She was talking like she knew Shirley.
Shirley doesn't do that.
Yes.
Whoever it was, they knew Shirley personally.
Yeah. We've had a few people who knew Shirley personally.
Yeah.
Come in our chat. Yeah. We was able to catch one comment on our StreamYard when it came up. But yeah, anyway, she need to have Debbie on the payroll. And you know, again, who is Sonya and Ernesto to talk about anybody? And then I think that was tacky, and I think it was very, very hypocritical for Nesto to talk about for Sonya to say, I don't like Steve Harvey because I'm mad about how he did the first wife.
Oh, that's yes. Did y'all hear her say that?
What?
I was like, what did this say?
I don't like Steve Harvey because I don't like the way Steve Harvey did his first wife. No, the second wife.
He
Mary. Really, bitch? You don't like the way somebody else did their wife, and you with a ninja who did his wife dirty, but you feel some type of way towards Steve because how he treated his second wife, Mary Harvey. Excuse me?
That was Sadie said.
It's the audacity that she would even let that roll off her tongue. He was like, yeah, he did her wrong and didn't want to, pay her what she deserved. She deserved that money. She was owed that money. She deserved that.
I remember. Yeah.
I was like, what? What? You don't like the way Steve Harvey did Mary, but you're okay the way Nesto did Shirley? In my opinion, Nesto did Shirley worse than Steve did Mary. I was just like, the audacity. It's like, how can you see things so clearly with that situation, but not see things so clearly with this situation?
Yeah, she mad. Steve would never get himself in no mess. Steve is the one that told Shirley get out of it. Allegedly. That's my opinion. I believe Steve told Shirley, you need to make this shit go away. Make it go away.
He told her, "You too old to be going through this. You need to divorce him and
he
be done
told
with it."
her, "You too old for this."
He said, "You too old to be going through this.
Make it go away.
You need to wrap this up and divorce this dude and be done with this." He told her, he said, "You too old to be going through this."
Yeah.
Like, this is unacceptable. But I gagged when she said that. I was like, what? What? You feel you didn't like the way he did Mary? Girl. Girl, please.
I holler.
And then when they brought up, no, I think it was Nesto who said it. He was like, yeah, and they were saying that he liked boys. And he have all them gay boys around him. One of his stylists, he was a gay boy that was dressing him. And they said that the wife Mary, the ex-wife Mary, alleged that he did something inappropriate with their son Winston. The son that looked just like him. And I'm like, you don't need to be talking about nobody doing something inappropriate with no child. You need to leave that alone. You don't need to be talking about no kids.
He shouldn't have never brought that up.
You shouldn't have brought up that rumor. Because I guess Mary had alleged that Steve had done something inappropriately with their son. And basically, they was gossiping about Steve. I mean, Steve wasn't going to help you anyway, but he definitely not going to help you now. Obviously you wasn't thinking, you didn't have that forward thinking, like, I might one day may need this person to help me, so let me not say nothing slick about them. I mean, that Capricorn definitely ain't finna help your ass now. You on the phone gossiping. Yes. So that was just a mess. That was just a mess. A hot mess. So let me see what y'all saying. Jay Blake said, "I'm hoping it gets back to Steve." Miss MJ said, "Sonya going to the mailbox on her scooter and get that cease and desist letter. She needs to zip it." And I'm sure that I wouldn't be surprised if that gets brought up. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Because why are you talking about him allegedly doing something inappropriate to his child, or him or trying to insinuate that maybe he might be dealing with some extracurricular activities? Basically they was just talking about the salacious things in the tabloids about Marjorie and Steve, and they should have just left that alone. Yes, they said Cass said that court is coming up within the next week or so. Call me darling. Let me see. Simply Me says, "Sonya is so off. God forbid I end up in a situation like that. I would never mention the wife's friend's boss, even if they are celebrities." Yeah, that wasn't smart. That wasn't smart. But y'all, I'm just still gagging off of Sonya saying she didn't like the way Steve did Mary. I couldn't believe that.
What? Because in Sonia's mind, she don't think she's doing, in her mind, she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. And she don't think Nesto is doing anything wrong.
So it's not that she doesn't know right from wrong, because she knows that. She does have a moral compass. Do you think maybe she just don't give a damn?
I don't think she cares.
Because how can you sit in a place of morale and judgment looking at Steve Harvey and his relationship with his ex-wife and not do the same with your married boyfriend and his wife at the time, your married boyfriend and his wife? Because he was married when they had that conversation. That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
It is.
You can sympathize and empathize with another woman, but you can't with this one. So you cherry picking who you have compassion for. Because she said it. She was like, and she she deserved to get that money. She deserved that. He did her dirty. He tried to do this, do that from her. She deserved that money. So it's like, okay, so you are able to recognize when something is trifling. Okay.
But when she something trifling, she benefit from it, and she gonna turn her head, or she thinks she is.
Yeah.
She thinks she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's off. It's off. It's real off.
I just thought that was interesting. The audacity. You know, very interesting. And I noticed in that moment, she felt an emotional connection to it. It bothered her, right? And I also thought it was interesting because she's always talking about like not listening to stuff in the news, and you can't trust what people say in the news about people. But that resonated with her. She believed that. So I just thought that was really, really, really interesting how she rationalizes things. Let me see. Simply Me said, another thing, she believes everything she sees about Steve, but nothing about Nesto. Yes. Call Me Darling says she feels like she took Shirley's man. She's so obsessed with Shirley and Steve. Nesto may have always been her target to get close to them. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that her and Manny Fresh have in common. They like to have close proximity to people that have fame and have power. So, I think that's a fair assessment to make. Her and Manny Fresh are one and the same in that regard. They enjoy being close to people in power. They enjoy feeling like, hey, I know so and so. That's why when Manny Fresh was on her live, she was like, I'm on a first name basis with Young Thug's mom. She told me that I'm a part of the family, and that she appreciates me praying for her family and her son and supporting her. We're friends, and she was so happy and like, I know her. I'm a part of the family. She felt really prideful. And felt like you could tell it made her feel good to have Lil Jeff mama tell her that. And then she going on Big Jeff podcast. And so she really feel like she down with the gang. She a part of the family. Cause she cool with Lil Jeff mama.
She feel like she in the clique.
Jeff. She in the clique. She connected.
Yeah.
She connected.
She better be careful with them people.
But you need to be careful with them folk. You need to be careful with because then if they do their research and really see what's going on with Nesto, they gonna feel some type of way because you didn't tell them the full story.
But that's a good point. She's still begging on YouTube. They ain't giving her no. She ain't got in that good.
She ain't in that good. She's trying though. Yeah.
She trying.
Yeah. You would have to put in some work to get that type of money from. I don't see that happening. Big Jeff will let y'all come on the podcast and do y'all little yang, but they ain't putting out no money on, and that's what you need. Damn, going on the podcast talking about it. You already went on Tasha K. Tasha K platform is way bigger than Big Jeff's platform, so you not going on Big Jeff platform to get exposure. You going on Big Jeff platform to see if they can share some of them resources with you. Mm-hmm. That's the real reason why they went on. Because if they wanted exposure, they already got it when they went on Tasha K. Mm-hmm. Tasha K had been following the story. You have other bloggers on YouTube who are talking about it. It's been on the news. He has the notoriety and the exposure for his case. What he doesn't have is the money. And that's why they went on that podcast. And then they not finna give them no money like that. Mm-hmm. The type of attorneys that they have, to me, this is just my assumption. They're too expensive to be loaning them out for free.
Oh.
And that's what they really hoping for, that maybe they'll do something pro bono and look at his case. But
just look at some paperwork.
Yes. Just look at some paperwork, and they not finna do that.
And now Lil Jeff said he need to come back to the city to see his people. And Judge let him say he can come back to Atlanta and visit.
Yeah, he can come on back.
That judge is generous.
I'm like, how did they really show their appreciation to her? I'm gonna leave that alone.
Leave it alone.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
But sis, is this Freestyle Friday? Can I talk about something else?
Yeah, let's talk about something else. What else you want to add?
I want to talk about Jay-Z.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Y'all know how Cedric said in what was that? He did it. Martin Luther King did it.
I'm gonna let you talk about this. Cass said he did it, and I stand by it. Miss Idris said, "Let me get my teacup. I'm here for the show. I think it's a lot."
He did it.
The opinions of the chat of the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show do not reflect our opinions.
He did it. And that said, he did it. Y'all take shit.
I'm gonna let you take it away because Jay-Z began people sent to prison in real life. The way they wore Tory Lanez out and gave Tory Lanez 10 years in prison. A multi-millionaire successful recording artist. I don't want to fool with Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't play fair. So I'm going to let you start it off. Because Jay-Z going to send you to jail, baby. To prison, excuse me. Jay-Z ain't playing. I said, how he get disconnected like that? He got more motion than Diddy in real life. Diddy thought he had motion. Jay-Z got motion for real. He sent that boy. If y'all don't know who Tory Lanez is,
man, he did.
Look up Tory Lanez. Got sentenced to 10 years in prison.
That's just my opinion. He came
for
out.
Pow and Megan Thee Stallion, and he did it. He did it.
He came. Did y'all see Tasha K talk about it? Yeah.
I mean,
when I heard it, my first thought was, yeah.
When I heard it, I thought that.
Do y'all think those attorneys would bring something up on him and they didn't have no proof? And they know that man got all that money to fight them? Glorious Love said he a true Brooklyn.
I think that allegedly Jay-Z has done some things that have been questionable, but do I think he did that specifically what he's being accused of?
You don't think so?
No. But I do think he's done some inappropriate things. I just don't think he did that in particular. But I do think he's done some things. I just don't believe he did that.
He said, where the proof? Bring it on. That's what he said. I'm here for the show.
Yeah.
He said, well, what you got? He said, play with me if you want to.
I think they're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. I don't think he's innocent. I just don't think he did that specific thing that incident. I don't think he did that. But I do think he did some other stuff.
I said, OJ did it. OJ did it.
Yeah. He's done some other things. But that's the wrong thing they're trying to bring him down for. So I think they need to do a little bit more digging. Maybe they need to go back and read Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, aka Elizabeth Olsen. She not going by Superhead no more. She going by Elizabeth Olsen now.
She didn't clean herself up.
She didn't clean herself up. She don't go by Superhead and she don't go by Corinne Steffens no more.
She got kids now, don't she?
She already had
a son.
Yeah, I think she may have had another baby by some young chef, but I don't know what happened with that. It was a lot of drama with that, but she goes by Elizabeth Olsen now. If you read her book, the first book she put out, The Video Tales of a Video Vixen, she kind of alluded to some behavior about, Jay-Z. There have also been other talks about him too. So I don't think he did that, what they're accusing him of, but he has done some things. I don't think his hands are clean. I'll just say that. And we'll see how far back they go and to see if they do their due diligence to find and pinpoint the thing that he actually did do, because his hands ain't clean. And, He's gonna fight.
Yeah. Can't put past.
He gonna fight.
He gonna fight it.
He gonna fight.
But the defense, he came out so defensive. I ain't did nothing. I don't know what y'all talking about. But y'all messing with the wrong one.
But here's the thing. This is why he did that, y'all. He has a huge partnership with the NFL. He is over entertainment and music for the NFL. So he sits in the boardrooms with them at the NFL. So he is trying to protect his business ventures, his brand, his wife's brand, his children's brand. That's why he's fighting so hard, because this is going to impact Beyonce.
Look, y'all see Blue for the Lion King. She looks so pretty.
Blue Ivy is gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
This is going to impact Beyonce as well as his daughter Blue Ivy. So I understand why he's fighting as hard as he is. And there are discrepancies in that individual story. Okay? So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and find out what he did do. Because I just don't think he did that. But he did something. I don't think his hands are clean. So they're just going to have to find the right people who something did happen.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they wouldn't say anything. It's fear. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, Cass.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I'm hoping people just don't say things like that about people. And then, and so that's gonna put him and Diddy, they gonna go against each other. They're gonna go against each other. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna be on the same team. Cause pretty much what Jay-Z is saying, I ain't did that. Y'all say Diddy did. Don't put that's him.
He trying to distance himself.
Yes. And let's talk about the Jamie Foxx special.
Oh, how that ties in. Okay, let's talk about that. Because Jamie's saying, but they say Jamie is a wild boy. He be into some stuff, but go ahead.
That special had us crying, and it had us. I know he was telling his story. He just should have did an interview. Jamie just should have sat down
with Gayle King and did an interview.
Jamie should have just did an interview
with Gayle or Oprah.
Okay. All that Jamie had going on in that Netflix special was a lot. But you best believe he was making sure that he was not connected with Diddy. He was joking about it, but he meant every word he said.
Yeah, referred to Diddy as the devil and, freaky and this, that. Like, he was clowning. If y'all haven't checked out Jamie Foxx's special on Netflix, make sure you check it out. Because he was clowning Jamie. He was clowning Diddy, almost making it almost like they was never cool. Like they was never boys. And I just think that's so interesting the way these celebrities are really trying to, distance themselves from Diddy. And I understand why, but it's like everybody who was close with him in the parties with him, they all trying to distance themselves like they hands ain't dirty too. I mean, allegedly, Jamie done seen some things, done some things.
He said he left the party early.
Done facilitated some things, allegedly. I don't think Jamie Foxx's hands is clean either. But he just trying to get in front of it just in case something do come out and distance himself from Diddy, and he acting brand new. He acting funny like he wasn't in them parties after hours when everybody else went home. I don't believe that because I've heard things about Jamie Foxx allegedly.
Well, I'm glad
allegedly
Jamie.
He ain't clean either. I'm looking at you sideways too, Jamie. I'm glad you still here for your two daughters. You was able to walk Corinne down the aisle. She got married this year. You got your youngest daughter that played a guitar. But your hands ain't all the way clean. I'm looking at your side eye too, Jamie. But
But they said that a lot of celebrities are gonna be connected with Diddy. And
all of them.
And I think Jay-Z is just the beginning. And I'm with Cass. I don't put nothing past nobody.
No, you should never do that.
I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't care what Jay-Z got going on. For him to come out so defensive, like, I ain't do that. Come on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
But he wants to protect his brand, and I don't think he necessarily did that particular thing. He did some other stuff, but I don't know if he was involved in that particular incident. But the attorney that is going after Jay-Z says he has pictures.
And that's what I'm saying. Do you think them people will put those type of allegations against him if they didn't have anything? Knowing who he is? What attorney would do that?
And that's a good point, Miss MJ. Diddy definitely gonna be in there snitching. Diddy is definitely the type of person where if I'm going down, you going down too.
Yes.
So that's another thing we gotta keep in mind. You know, if it gets to the point, you know,
they're gonna turn against each other.
Yeah, they're gonna turn against each other, and Diddy gonna start singing like a canary. He just gonna say, "F it." If my life is on the line, then everybody else involved, their life gonna be on the line too. So let me start talking. Let me just go ahead and start talking.
And you know,
and that's what's gonna mess people up in Hollywood. If he start cooperating and talking and trying to make a deal, that's what's gonna ruin a lot of your favorite celebrities.
And they keep saying, you know, they got children. Well, the victims were somebody's child.
And they have children. And they're somebody's children.
Yes.
Child.
Yes. What makes them so special about what they got going on outside of what the alleged victims got going on? Don't nobody care nothing about what Jay-Z got going on. Whatever he allegedly, if he did it, he was wrong. I don't care what he got going on. I don't care how many children. We get so caught up in fame. We get so caught up in fame. You know, and they talking about Diddy. Well, Diddy got children. He got this, and his twins watching. And you know the twins, they lost their mom. My heart goes out to them. But Diddy should have thought about all of that. Diddy knew he had them babies when he was out there. When Diddy was dragging that poor young lady down that hall, Diddy knew he had them twins at the house.
He did. He had 3 girls at the time. When he dragged Cassie down that hallway,
he knew he had them babies at the house, and he knew that she was somebody's child.
And remember, what did he tell Cassie after he got done beating her and dragging her like a rag doll? I got kids. Don't leave me. Don't say nothing. I have kids. I have kids to protect. I have kids to take care of. This is not going to be a good look for my children. Basically shaming her into not getting help and exposing him because of his kids.
You see what I'm saying?
That's how sick and cold he was.
Yes, and that's why he's in there.
Right, I'm here for the show. Cassie said, I am someone's child. And he told her in the text, I have kids. And she said, I am someone's child.
Exactly. So I don't feel sorry, but my heart goes out to them, but that's his fault.
Mm-hmm. Nobody made him do that.
Nobody made him do that. He could have several times she tried to get up and get away. He kept going back to get her.
He wouldn't let her leave.
He wouldn't let her leave.
Yeah, holding her hostage.
And that's why Diddy is in there. That's why Diddy. It ain't all the other stuff they say Diddy did. It's that tape. It makes him look like an animal that has no self-control. That's how animals act, y'all. Mm-hmm. Can't control themselves. It's barbaric. That's how animals can act. Diddy was acting like an animal in that tape. And you can't add nothing to it.
And he has an alleged history of domestic violence with Kim.
Right. Y'all know why they say they call him Puffy? They said because he had anger issues and he used to puff up. So they started calling him Puffy. He used to...
Kim and the first baby mama, the one that's best friends with Mary J. Blige, that worked with MCM, her too.
So he has issues, y'all. Mm-hmm. That's why he's in there. And I don't care nothing about it's that tape. That tape made that boy look like he was a straight animal.
Mm-hmm.
He had no control.
Yeah. So I'm if and or when Diddy starts singing, I'm gonna be very curious to see what else comes out. There's also been some whispers allegedly about something may come out about Kevin Hart. Allegedly. So it'll be interesting to see if and or when Diddy starts to talk, who all does he implicate, you know? But I understand why Jay-Z is fighting so hard. He's fighting to protect his brand, his legacy, his wife's brand and legacy, and his daughter's brand and legacy. And I hate that.
Sometimes what you do in the dark, it comes to
absolutely
light.
And like I said, I don't think Jay-Z hands are clean. I think he's done some things. I just don't think he did that, and that they need to dig a little bit deeper, do their due diligence to find the things that he for sure did. But I don't think his hands are clean.
All right, y'all. Well, I gotta call Houston's back, y'all. I gotta go. Somebody.
Houston's called you? Y'all, Houston's called her. Uh-oh.
You see it right there?
That's Houston's.
Houston's called me. Y'all don't be letting people play in y'all face at these restaurants.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. All right.
I got to call Houston's back.
So we may have to update the folk about... We'll see. All right. All right, y'all. Fifi got to call Houston back. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show tonight. We thank y'all for joining and tuning in. Okay. Cash, okay, we need to hear about it on Sunday.
And I got a dating update, too. I got some dating updates on Sunday, too. So y'all make sure y'all tune in over there. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate you all.
Yes, Miss MJ, go back and watch our live from earlier tonight. We did a story time about Houston's. So check it out. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Friday night. We'll be back, tomorrow? We're gonna let y'all know. We ain't gonna be a no call, no show.
Cause I might have a little daddy going on.
And I might be seeing my man about a horse. But anyway, y'all, good night. Have a great time. Enjoy your Friday night. We'll catch y'all later. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see y'all later, okay? Bye, y'all.
Bye.